East Wisconsin that should clear up by this afternoon. High of 75 near the lake, up to 82 inland and mostly sunny. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. A second suspect now charged in the kidnapping of a Milwaukee 7-year-old, Fabian Johnson. Charges issued against him this morning. Faces charges of kidnapping as party to a crime in the attempted abduction of Jamal White. 25-year-old Corey Williams also charged in that attempted kidnapping at gunpoint while White was riding his bike earlier this month near 60th and Eustis. Johnson's bond set at $200,000. He'll be back in court on Thursday. A fight leaves 2 people injured after dozens brawl outside a bar in Oak Creek.
Oak Creek police say about 60 people were involved in a fight at Route 41 Bar and Grill Sunday evening. 2 32-year-old men were assaulted with minor injuries. A 23-year-old man was taken to the hospital due to a highly intoxicated state. Franklin police are still investigating a motorcyclist who fled the scene.
Guy in a black bike, taking off, white shirt, white helmet, headed north on 27.
It's unclear if the motorcyclist was involved in the fight. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Happening today, a former Kentucky police officer set to be sentenced in the high-profile police-involved fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor. CBS's Jim Krasula has more.
Former Louisville policeman Brett Hankerson is one of the officers who took part in the deadly raid on Breonna Taylor's home 5 years ago. He fired 10 shots into Taylor's apartment in a botched drug raid, but not the one that killed the 26-year-old black woman, a Louisville EMT.
Federal prosecutors asking a judge to sentence Hankinson to time served, which amounts to 1 day and 3 years of supervised provision. Taylor's family calling that, quote, an insult. In the skies above Minot, North Dakota.
Sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise.
Close call between a Delta Airlines regional jet and a B-52 bomber. The jet about to land when the pilot said he had to take quick action to avoid the other plane. ABC's Gio Benitez.
SkyWest, which operates the regional jet, saying the jet landed safely in Minot after being cleared for approach by the tower, but performed a go-around when another aircraft became visible in their flight path. We are investigating the incident.
The Air Force confirms a B-52 was flying over the North Dakota State Fair at the time, but has not commented beyond that. Back at home, a resounding no vote from unionized Milwaukee County Transit System bus drivers, leaving open the possibility of a strike. The union's contract rejection late last week comes as the system continues navigating financial issues. Milwaukee County Supervisor Sky Capriolo telling WTMJ's Wisconsin's Morning News county leaders are still working to figure out why MCTS did not inform county leaders right away of their $11 million nearly budget deficit.
The county board now needs to really drill down and see what is it that happened and how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? And in the meantime, how are we going to correct what we can?
MCTS says it's, quote, disappointed that a bus driver's contract has not been reached, but that they respect the rights of their employees. And as we mentioned, hazy skies persist across southeast Wisconsin. They should be out of the area later today. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson.
At one point this morning, our air quality in Milwaukee did drop to the unhealthy or red category. The good news is that as high pressure continues to cycle off to the east, we bring winds in off of Lake Michigan. That's going to kick a lot of that surface smoke back off to the west.
I'll have your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in about 4 minutes. Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update, all in the green for the big three this hour. The Dow up 170 points at 44,512. The Nasdaq up 155 at 20,051. And the S&P 500 is up 35 points this hour at 6,331. What does the one big beautiful bill mean for your taxes and retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Get up to speed fast. Head to annexwealth.com and look for the events tab. Sports, traffic, and weather on the way next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:04.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You've heard about Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard about their instant roof quote. But don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also handles windows. Our project at my home moving right along right now, and the process has been so easy and thorough. It's nice when you can trust the team you're working with and know that they are looking out for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and also windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks. straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. You can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Average Joes, better known as your Milwaukee Brewers, now winners of 10 in a row after completing a season sweep of the defending champion Dodgers.
The Brewers love L.A. They sweep the Dodgers in the City of Angels.
Lane Grindle's call as the Brewers go a perfect 6-0 against the Dodgers this year. In the words of Pat Murphy, channeling his dodgeball nickname, courtesy Christian Yelich of Patches O'Houlihan.
It's a bunch of guys nobody's ever heard of, and that's just a credit to hungry players, and proud of our club and what they did, and how they competed in big situations, and a bunch of average Joes.
For WTMJ, I'm Dominic Cotroneo.
The Crew going for their 11th win in a row tonight in Seattle against Kyle Raleigh on the Mariners. Milwaukee opening action today, by the way, in a tie with the Cubs for the NL Central lead. Our coverage begins at 8:05 this evening, late night Brewers baseball, right here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ. And Packers training camp opens on Wednesday with both wideout Christian Watson and linebacker Quay Walker on the physically unable to perform list. Checking the roads now, your WTMJ time saver traffic. A little slow on 41, heading north and south around Capitol Drive between there and Silver Spring. Also a touch slow on 94, heading towards the city out of Highway 18 in Waukesha County. Things do open up, though, once you get by Calhoun. Everywhere else looking good this hour. No other incidents or delays. And your WTMJ forecast for today. Waiting for that hazy smoke to move out to the west of southeast Wisconsin. Should be a clear afternoon with a high around 75 lakeside, 82 inland, 65 the overnight low. Watching for shower and storm chances then on your Tuesday. Low to mid 80s for everyone. Heating up then on Wednesday, 93 the high, 92 on Thursday. Shower and storm chances possible both days with sunny skies otherwise. Cooling down then slightly for your Friday, partly sunny with a high of 83. Right now in Madison, sunny skies and 71. Green Bay, sun and 69. At Oshkosh for the start of EAA, it's 71 and sunny. And in Milwaukee, sunny, hazy, and 68 degrees. I'm Adam Roberts, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 10:09.
Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue. It's time for Point Taken. Here are your hosts, Steve Scaffidi and Kristin Brey.
Oh, it's Monday, and Monday is Monday. I'm feeling it. You're yawning, which
I'm not. I'm yawning once. I've had a morning.
Yeah, you've had a busy morning. A lot of things getting in your way.
My child covered herself with lip gloss. My car's dead in the parking garage.
She sends me a picture of her child.
I need to go.
Little Frankie's got the Joker face with the red marker. Been there.
Why so serious?
I've been there.
And it's also it was hard to get off.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's a morning.
How did she take the getting off process? Did she enjoy that? Or were you scrubbing?
She finally just gave in.
You just gave in.
She just surrendered.
Just wait until permanent marker.
Oh,
We've experienced that before.
That,
yeah, that's to come.
That's
good morning.
Great voice.
Good morning.
The great voice is Matt Smith, political director at Channel 12, also host of Upfronts, the best local political show in the state of Wisconsin. I'm saying it out loud, along with
On
Jared
TV.
and Jordan.
Yeah.
Who else fills in on that show?
Who had a birthday?
He did.
Yeah, looked
Birthday
very
weekend.
festive.
Yeah.
Anyone else fill in on that show?
No.
No, that's it. You two.
Yeah.
So you don't have like extra guests that come in and host?
No, I mean, between the two of us, we got it covered.
So if one of you's out, just one person
One's
takes the
gotta
whole
do it.
show.
Yeah.
All right.
You got like a hotline to Goucher if you need
Yeah,
need him.
I wish.
Mike Goucher is ready. I mean, he's done it before.
He's enjoying retirement. He's
He is.
loving his life.
He is, and good for him. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was good at his job. All right, Kristin. So we've talked a little bit about the upcoming race for governor. Right, we're still waiting on that governor's decision, which I've just booked an appearance by the governor at the state fair. So,
Which day is that happening?
The 6th.
All right.
So, set your clocks or your smartphones for, I don't know what time we're doing, 11 o'clock maybe. That could be the moment that the governor tells us.
Perhaps.
But for Republicans, we've got a few people whose names have been thrown in the hat. Josh Schoen, my friend from Washington County. And then Bill Berrien entered the race a couple weeks ago. A little bit of a rough start. You had him on the program.
Yeah.
First thoughts about meeting Mr. Berrien?
Listen, fascinating, right? I mean, both of these guys are coming. As of now, there's just the two Republicans, and not a lot of people statewide know them. So this is going to be a name ID game. He's coming in with a lot of money, raised $1 million in his
Impressive.
PAC. He told me in his first week since launching, he raised about $1 million as well. So like the fundraising is there. He owns a manufacturing company in New Berlin. That's where we actually met him and did the interview. So it'll be fascinating to see how this plays out. He has said now that he supports President Trump and voted for him in all 3 cycles, but he's also been critical of the president during certain periods during the administration.
Well, he was a Nikki Haley person, right?
2024, he initially backed Nikki Haley in the primary. 2020, there was some criticism of Trump during the pandemic, how he led the pandemic. He said in a Fox Business interview that received a lot of attention last week that Trump was anti-science, and he didn't know if he was going to vote for him in 2020. He said he ended up voting for him. So for a Republican primary, this is going to bubble up a lot.
So this actually sounds like he could, if now it seems like he'll probably have to go full Trump, but some of his sentiments pre-deciding to run for statewide office may have even appealed to someone like Steve Scaffidi.
Yeah, absolutely.
A more moderate Republican, but now feeling the pressure to push to the MAGA.
I'm amazed that those are somehow controversial things. Like all of these things were said by many, many people in this country throughout the pandemic, the response afterwards, throughout the campaign. And here's how politics used to work. You could support a different candidate, but then when your person, whoever that was, or not your person, but the other person won the race to be the candidate, you all sort of jumped on board, and they didn't like constantly criticize you for supporting the other person. It's like, welcome aboard. There's no welcome aboard now. It's either you're on from the beginning or you're dead to me.
Well, he does think that he's going to be able to get the Trump endorsement, which he said to Matt Smith on Up Front this weekend.
I think you need President Trump's endorsement to win the primary here in the state?
I do. And I think we have a great chance of getting it.
Have you had any conversations here with the president or his team?
Various members of his orbit, yes. So, try to keep those keep them updated on where we're going. And to, sort of set the record straight. Since 2016, my wife and I have supported Donald Trump in every election. 2016, 2020, 2024.
You voted for him in all 3.
Voted for him and financially supported.
Are you recording that at his facility?
Yeah, we are at his manufacturing. That's the audio in the background.
Like
We were inside the
maintenance
plant.
going on there.
Yeah,
What's the deal with that?
It's what's interesting to me as he said that is I'm trying to think of who has had a Trump endorsement in Wisconsin and won the statewide election. Ron Johnson?
Ron Johnson, yes.
Yeah, that'd be one.
Yep. Obviously not the U.S. Senate race.
Obviously not Eric Hubdy. Obviously not Tim Michaels.
Yep.
So it's interesting as far as him saying, because your question was, do you need Trump's endorsement to win? Which may be true, but also even having Trump's endorsement has not necessarily guaranteed a win in Wisconsin.
It's going to be fascinating to see the Trump influence in this Republican primary in the midterms. At least as we're sitting here today, Republicans are saying, yes, he's going to be a big factor. But, I mean, I guess who knows, right?
I was just reading this story today. It might have been CNN, might have been Fox, one of the two big networks. And it was basically saying Trump is micro-focused on the midterms and all the races in the states, governor races, and he's got a lot of money behind him, so he's going to be making sure that the candidates that he wants, hopefully, in his opinion, not mine, gets to be the final candidates that run in those races. So he's hyper-focused on that, and he's got a lot of money to do it. We'll take a quick break here. We started a little late. We'll catch up. Matt Smith, political director at Channel 12, Kristin and Steve, point taken on 620 WTMJ.
Remember mixtapes?
Mixtape? Can you buy that at the hardware store?
It's not that kind of tape.
To make a mixtape, you would dub all your favorite songs onto one cassette.
Oh, I was more of an 8-track guy myself.
You know, the new Marshfield 7000 Sulfat Penny Mustard reminds me of the world's greatest mixtape.
We have taken the latest and greatest components of every Penny Mustard configurable sofa and mixed them all together into one.
The Marshfield 7000 is the ultimate sofa.
It's absolutely stunning.
And the comfort level is off the charts.
I definitely see this sofa going all the way to number 1.
It's kind of like a greatest hits album, except you can sit on it.
The Marshfield 7000 sofa, made in Wisconsin with a solid wood frame and hundreds of fabric and leather options, starting at just $21.26 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
As host of The Fix-It Show, I've talked to countless homeowners worried about musty basements, water seepage, and foundation cracks. And my answer is always the same. Call Accurate Basement Repair. They're not just Wisconsin's #1 rated foundation and waterproofing team. They deliver real peace of mind. I've recommended them for years because I know the quality of their work. And more importantly, the integrity behind it.
Wow, we're grateful for that trust, David. Every home we restore, we treat like our own. And that's what Accurate is all about.
They're not just good, they're accurate.
Crew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
I believe that's Billy Joel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm getting a nod that I'm not wrong.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I know you're not impressed by
No,
that.
it is. It's something I cannot do.
Yeah.
I'm
Without
not
any
good at-
lyrics, I can still tell you.
It's very impressive.
I've been around a long time, Kristin.
You should go
Kristin
on
Brey.
that show. What is it? Guess This Song or something like that?
Is that still around?
Beat Shazam?
Jazz weighing in. Is that what that is?
Well, Shazam is an app
Yeah.
that tells you what song you're listening
Would
to.
you say beat Shazam?
Yeah, it's literally beating the app Shazam to
That's
guess the song.
That's a show?
It was. I don't know if it is
Oh.
anymore.
Oh, all right.
Breaking news there from Jazz, producer of the Point Taken program. Matt Smith in studio. Do we have a little more for Bill Barron? What is he talking about here, Matt?
Go ahead.
So, I mean, we're talking about his lane, right, in the primary. And I asked him, are you going to be the most conservative? And he goes, I'm going to be the candidate that can win. And then he started to talk about just the state party in general and fundraising and money and the differences we've seen sometimes between the Democratic Party and Republican.
Leader has to be an individual who's willing to look across all 72 counties, down to the precinct level in a military-like fashion of, care and feeding, fundraising, taking pages of the Democratic playbook of, a fundraising machine, to help candidates up and down the ticket to win, down to the lowest level, up to the highest.
Do you think the state party needs to do better at that?
I see a clear path to be able to help them do better.
A lot going on there. I said it to you in a break. I see someone who's learning how to be a candidate. You could be a great business owner, and I don't know much about his company. I probably will when and if we have him in the studio. But is someone who's learning how to speak to the media, learning how to answer questions. I get the sense that he's still in the feeling out period. As you do these things, you become much more polished at it. He certainly has the IQ to do it. That's not in debate here. But he's one of, right now, 2? There's going to be more.
Yeah, and that's
there's
the
going to be a high
question.
profile. I'm sure there's going to be a higher profile.
What
candidate.
relationship does he have with existing Republican lawmakers? Like, has he been, besides it being a donor, has he been involved? Because obviously with Showman, he's a county executive.
Yeah.
He's had conversations as far as different lawmaking stuff. But does he have existing relationships?
From my understanding, not super strong.
Okay.
No, I believe yes in the fundraising circles, and we've maybe seen that come back to him now in the fact that he's raised this money in the short amount of time.
He's also spending the money right now.
Yeah, he's up with his first ad, a $400,000 ad buy on some cable to kind of introduce himself.
Commercials in here.
Yes. So I mean, listen, he needs to. There are some on the right who are going to look to define him, who are not going to support him. His campaign is going to try to define him. So it's going to be this summer, I think, and going into the early part of fall, it's going to be this battle to define who he actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually did talk about fundraising numbers with J.R. Ross, right?
Yes.
What was his insight?
Listen, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see in the next finance report where this money is coming from. We saw the Winklevoss twins, the brothers.
So random.
Finance, I was going to say finance bros. Can you say that? Yeah, I guess,
no, I guess
right?
they're tech bros.
Yeah,
they're famous from Social Network.
Yes, the feud with Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook. So anyways, they're now in finance. And so they gave him $1 million leading up to this. So I'd be curious to see like who these donors are and for him and for Josh Showman in this next report.
That is a weird connection because I had literally not heard their names mentioned.
Since you watched that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, he grew up in Manhattan. He grew up in the finance world. His dad was big into finance.
Wisconsin.
He's not from Wisconsin originally.
Manhattan.
Yeah, so he grew up in that finance world. His dad was big in finance, which he's talked about. Him and his wife moved here. However many years ago to buy 23 years ago to buy the company that he owns now. So they've been here for 2 decades plus in Wisconsin.
Got it. Okay.
Does he know the name of the NFL franchise in Wisconsin? It's really a segue. You just don't know it yet. Kristin and Steve on point taken.
It's back.
And sweeter than ever.
It's the Cream Puffapalooza, July 30th at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Registration is open now at WTMJ.com.
The first 300 fans signed up will receive a 6-pack of cream puffs, handed out by your Cream Puffapalooza ambassadors, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty. Hey, that's us.
Whether you love them classic, chocolatey, or bursting with berry, there's never been a better time to indulge at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Because no Wisconsin summer is complete without a cream puff.
Hey, it's WTNJ's Steve Scaffidi here for Annex Wealth Management. Rates going up, down? We'll know more on July 30th. That's when the Fed announces its next rate decision. If you're wondering how the Fed's announcement will impact your decisions, from buying a new home to planning your investments, join Annex Wealth Management's chief economist. I've had him on the show, Dr. Brian Jacobson, for Instant Insight at 3 p.m. on July 30th. Instant Insight is when Annex goes live after important announcements like the Fed's with their reaction. They explain what it means for you and your money. When it comes to your financial future, a bit of expert insight could help you understand what's going on. Visit WTMJ.com or events at annexwealth.com and register now for Instant Insight. The Fed in the markets, June 30th at 3 p.m. live. Yours truly and chief economist for Annex, Dr. Brian Jacobson, will highlight the changes, if there are any. Visit WTMJ.com or events at annexwealth.com. Register now. Instant Insight, the Fed in the markets, July 30th, 3 p.m. live after the Fed makes their announcement.
Hi, this is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. And you know, I'm a consumer just like you. And my ears perk up for pain relief messages just like you. But some of these ads...
Since I started taking this natural supplement, within weeks, my pain is completely gone.
I mean, come on. Give me a break. The truth is, there are imbalances in your body causing your pain. And there's physical therapy, which we are highly skilled at, that can improve imbalances. And there are alternative pain solutions. But not all of them are proven, safe, effective, or affordable. At Rejuvenex, the effectiveness of Toradol joined with hyaluronic acid has been proven. Our treatments are affordable, FDA approved, safe, and they're powerful medicines. They calm inflammation and cushion joints, and they can make your pain go away. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
It's Gina Della. You've heard me define what makes Pella Windows and Doors different. Let me introduce you to the woman behind the billboards, commercials, and share my extraordinary journey of resilience, reinvention, and shattering glass ceilings every Saturday morning at 6:30 on 620 WTMJ and anywhere you stream podcasts for What's the Difference with Gina Della to discuss business coaching across all industries, featuring successful executives, entrepreneurs, and mentors along the way. This is a story you won't want to miss.
Second enrollment on a Monday, 620 WTMJ. Kristin and Steve. Point Taken is the name of the show.
PT.
PT.
Not to be confused with physical therapy.
I feel like we're in a playful mood today. Could be a dangerous show. Because we have some topics that could really
go off the rails.
They could spin out of control quickly.
I mean, stay tuned.
I'm in a mood.
That's a tease.
I'm in a sun-filled mood today. I can tell you that right now. I basked in the sun this weekend.
All right. Matt Smith, political director at Channel 12, kind of a step out of politics.
A little bit,
For the interview
Sometimes
with
you gotta have a
Brad
little
Toll,
fun.
CEO of Discover Green Bay. The economic impact report came out for how well the NFL draft did for Green Bay. And now we would like to see it come back.
Apparently, it was so great that we're going to do it all over again, perhaps.
If they'll let us. But what were some of the outcomes that they've seen so far since the draft?
So, in terms of the total economic impact, they found about 105 million statewide. That was more than what was projected. I think more than $1 million in tax revenue in Brown County alone. And you remember, I mean, the state legislature gave some money just in terms of offsetting law enforcement costs. The governor directed some money. There was some initial money. So, I mean, this was an all-in approach to make sure that this went smoothly from a public safety perspective, an economic perspective. But everyone seems thrilled just in terms of the response from the NFL and the impact on the economy.
Which is great. And so there was a little bit of a talk of trying to see if it would ever come back, even though there's a long list of other cities who would like it.
So based off this, is Green Bay going to bid for another draft in the future?
Well, I would say we probably will. There's a long line of communities waiting for the draft to come to their city. So it may be a while, but, I think the NFL would welcome the opportunity to return.
It was very fun. I mean, we're biased.
It was awesome.
I didn't get to go, but...
Yeah. I was there one day as a fan, worked for ESPN 94.5 the other day. It was tremendous. It will come back, but it's a generational thing.
Yeah. It'll be a while.
But the Packers aren't going anywhere. I just interviewed a retiring president this week, Mark Murphy, for the podcast, which we'll talk about later. There's such energy and such love from the NFL to this franchise because what it stands for. I mean, the damn Super Bowl trophy is named after your winning as coach. Right?
Well, it's also the nonprofit aspect of it. Small market, nonprofit, can't be sold.
Can't be stolen from us.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a question I have for you, because this is the economic report came out kind of on the heels of the economic report that came out for the RNC, which was very positive. I think it was from UWM last week, kind of looking at the numbers in from a different lens. As far as what the RNC report was, because obviously there's politics of these economic reports.
Yes.
As far as what was the actual impact, and if you look at the numbers a certain way, it can tell one story. If you look at the numbers another way, it can tell another story. So as far as kind of getting to the quote unquote truth when looking at not even just these two specifically, but what should be factored in when we actually think about economic impact?
So Brad and I talked about this as well, as there were sectors in the Green Bay region that didn't do as well, right? Like if you look at retail or grocery stores or gas stations, some gas stations to some extent. And his point is, and I think folks here in Milwaukee would make the same point, is you can't host an event where every single business has success. What this does, they hope, is it sets up success for future conventions, future events that could then benefit those businesses that may be lost out during the draft or during the RNC. And I don't think anyone is trying to argue at this point, at least, that everyone is going to see a huge windfall. It's just this perception of how do we get more consistent business to our community.
All of these types of events, whether it's RNC, DNC, if that would have happened without the influence of the pandemic and COVID, the draft, are all answering the question, can we do this? And the answer for Wisconsin has been a resounding, absolutely you can do it. And we find ways, even though we may not have enough hotel rooms or whatever the logistical challenges of moving people around, smaller airports or smallish airports compared to some of the big cities. We found a way to do this. And for Green Bay, as I said with my conversation with the outgoing president, things are looking fantastic. They're getting things done, and I love Green Bay. At one point in my life, I wanted to live there. So I mean, it's a great example of a very small city doing really big things. So I'm excited for that. All right, you're getting out of here. I am. You got a busy day. Anything exciting, real quick?
I mean, we're on Evers Watch, I guess, this week, right?
Evers
so
Watch.
we'll just sit here and wait.
I'm saying October 6th live on our show, but what do I know?
You mean August 6th?
August 6th.
Yeah.
What did I say, October?
You did.
I'll be in Sicily.
I'm marking that down on the calendar.
I'll be in Sicily. All right, we got local news with Adam Roberts. Why not? And then now the latest from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A father from Canada who was vacationing in upstate New York is under arrest, charged in connection with his 9-year-old daughter's death. New York State Police Captain Robert McConnell says Luciano Fratolin had called him to say that his daughter, Melina, had been abducted. Officers sent to search the area.
During that search detail, at approximately 10:50, members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristin in New York City talking about the shooting and wounding of an off-duty patrol officer, a border patrol officer, allegedly by an undocumented immigrant with a long list of crimes.
Miguel Francisco Moro Nunez is and has a rap sheet that is a mile long.
It was a second suspect who has also been arrested in the case. Police say it was a robbery and not related to the fact that the victim was a border patrol agent. A Bangladeshi Air Force training aircraft crashing into a school in Dhaka today, killing at least 19 people. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 1031. I'm Adam Roberts. Search efforts underway in La Crosse after a woman goes missing near the Mississippi River over the weekend. 22-year-old Elliot Hines was last seen early Sunday morning. Efforts by family to contact her have not been successful to this point. Hines was at a bar in downtown La Crosse before she was last seen walking on Front Street near the river. We have more information and a picture online at WTMJ.com. Areas near Manitowoc are being surveyed today for possible tornado damage. This after a pop-up funnel cloud appeared in the area Saturday, resulting in minor tree damage in the area. Crews also investigating storm damage in both Marathon and Shawano counties. 4 tornadoes were confirmed during a severe weather outbreak across southern Wisconsin last Wednesday. The state total for the year sits at 31. And fans of the Milwaukee abandoned boat Deep Thought have just under 24 hours to pool dollars together and buy the whole thing. A public auction put on by the county begins tomorrow morning and will run online for 2 weeks. The county hoping the boat sells for at least $20,000 to finish covering the cost to remove it from the lakefront in May. President of the Daniel Hone Foundation, Daniel Steininger, has donated $10,000 towards the $50,000 cost. It remains unclear if an anonymous donor who previously pledged $20,000 towards city efforts to remove the boat has also committed that money to the county. Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Still all green for the big three. The Dow up 224 points at 44,566. The Nasdaq is sitting up 158 at 1,053, and the S&P 500 up to 6,335. That's up 38 points on the day. What does the One Big Beautiful Bill mean for your taxes and retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar this Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Get up to speed fast. Head to annexwealth.com and look for the Events tab. Checking the roads now, your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We've got the right shoulder blocked due to a fresh crash just brought up now. This is in the zoo, heading towards 94 west from 4145 south. Doesn't look like any delays are being caused by this crash at the moment, as it is just in, but keep an eye on that as crews will be on scene on the shoulder heading to 94 west from 4145 south to work on the scene. Elsewhere, slow go anywhere on 4145 between Mayfair Road all the way up to Silver Spring in either direction, and still a slow go from Highway 18 heading east towards Calhoun in Waukesha County. At your WTMJ forecast, haze and smoke will move out of the area this afternoon. Mostly sunny, high of 75 near the lake, up to 82 inland. Clouds tonight, a low down to 65. Mid-80s for everyone Tuesday with a chance of showers and storms. Then the heat is on again Wednesday and Thursday. Low 90s. Heat indices could reach triple digits for many areas in southeast Wisconsin. There's also a chance for showers and storms. More rain possible Friday and a high of 83. Right now in Fort Atkinson, sunny and 73, 72 and sun in New Berlin, 68 and sun at EAA and Oshkosh, and in Milwaukee, sunny, hazy, and 69 degrees. I'm Adam Roberts, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 1034.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Caladora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
Don't miss Fleet Farm's Buy 3, Get 1 Free Cooper Tire Special going on now. That's right. Pick out 3 qualifying Cooper tires, and the 4th tire is absolutely free when you add the complete installation package with our Resolute Road Hazard policy. Plus, for a limited time, save $50 per axle on any brake service at our auto centers. Tires, brakes, oil, batteries. Let our Fleet Farm techs take care of your auto needs, all at the best prices guaranteed. Cooper tire offer not available at Hastings.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Welcome back to Point Taken. I'm Kristin Brey. He is Steve Scaffidi. And it's a year anniversary.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be having a lot of year anniversaries. We just had the year anniversary of the attempted assassination of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been having all the social media reminders of a year ago today, all the RNC coverage we did a year ago. And today is the year anniversary of Joe Biden dropping out of the race.
It's funny because I was on a trip. And I always do an opening.
Oh, yeah, because you pieced out right after the RNC.
I did. I actually left Thursday night, flew overnight, and met the group who had already been there since Tuesday, a large group, like 40-some people. And we always do a sort of Ask Steve Anything on an opening night to kind of familiarize everybody with each other. And one of the questions was, do you think Joe Biden's going to survive this? And I go, I don't think so. And like 2 days later, he's done.
So you were not surprised when it happened?
No, not at all. That was such a dismal performance. Which is the crazy thing about it is he asked for the early debates.
Or at least his people did.
His people did. Which, now I don't know if it would have been any better later, but let's be honest, he blamed the bad performance on the fact he wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's true?
I don't know. Have you read Original Sin yet? Are you going to read it?
I'm going to read it. I haven't read it.
It's because I think about this a fair amount because I think a lot of the critique of how Democrats handled him dropping out and not having any sort of primary, and Kamala Harris, advocating that she should be the person. There was no challengers, whether that was an anointment or everyone just kind of agreed that we need to come together and back her because time is running out. And so, what was the other option? The other option was more people get in. The convention, the DNC in Chicago, acts as an opportunity for delegates to actually vote. And then whomever comes out of that has even less time because that's basically would have been a month shorter than the campaign she got to run. And so, would that have made a difference if there was a democratically elected candidate and people actually got to choose? But would they really get to choose? Would it just be the delegates choosing? In what scenario could Democrats have handled this better after Joe Biden and his people had him drop out so late in the game?
Yeah, I don't know what Joe Biden could have done better.
He could have dropped out earlier. He could have just not run for a second term.
Yes, he could have done that, but he didn't feel that way. So, you're going to ask him to do something that he wasn't ready to do or prepared to do.
I'm just saying, beyond the control of what he did, what else was the party supposed to do?
So my take on it, not as a non-Democrat and looking at it from the outside, is that whatever you think of doing this at the convention, Democratic National Convention, I think not for Democratic voters, but for independent voters, a real process that doesn't involve just handing it off to the vice presidential candidates who then became the nominee probably would have been seen better because ultimately you can't win races if you don't win independents.
Well, here, let's look at it this way. And I'm not saying, thank God it did not happen. But because, as I just said, there was the year anniversary of the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, which was before the convention. So it was before he announced that J.D. Vance was going to be the vice president, presidential candidate. So say that had a very different outcome. What does the Republican Party do in that case?
A similar thing.
Would they disappoint someone and be like, this is where we're going with? Or would they have collected?
I don't know anything, but I would say they probably would have had a process in the convention because it was
a Saturday before.
Yeah. You have to
So
have.
what did they bring back Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis and everyone who
all the candidates that ran?
Everyone who was here in Milwaukee for the debate a year prior?
Yeah. Ron DeSantis might have been a favorite there. Nikki Haley could have been a favorite. You mentioned those names. There's a few other folks that ran as well.
But what does the organization of that look like? It's only delegates?
Because of the lack of time, it's chaotic. But that's where you have to lean on your party. And most national parties are pretty well organized.
I'm saying, but it's not like you and I, as non-delegates, get to have a voice still.
No.
It's just the delegates who you're corralling and trying to advocate for their vote.
But those are the people. We went to the RNC. I talked to these people, as did you. They're most plugged into their party.
Oh, absolutely.
So they should be, even though that's a chaotic situation, they should be prepared to make that decision. It's not like you don't have anybody. There's always that pool of candidates because you just had a primary, at least on one side, an open primary, with a lot of different candidates, and they fought it out. And I think at one point there was, 8 candidates the last go around for Republicans, or was there more?
I think there was up to 10. I think there was 10 people on that stage in Milwaukee.
So there's a lot of candidates, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis being probably the primary ones. New Jersey governor, names escapes me. He was in the mix, too, for a while.
Oh my God! Why is
Chris Christie?
Chris Christie.
Yeah, I mean he was involved.
I want to say J.B. Pritzker. I was like, nope, wrong party.
He'd be the other party.
Similar size, wrong party.
I think for me, when I look back at this, and obviously all of these things will evolve, and people will come in and weigh in the form of books and television and podcasts and talk shows on what could have happened. But I think for independent voters, which is how you win national races, not having some sort of a process. And just anointing, that's not the right word, just giving it to Kamala Harris.
That's the word people use.
Yeah.
Whether it's appropriate or not.
It just didn't convince them that should be the person they're going to vote for. Now, Donald Trump was an effective campaigner. He hit on the right chords. He hit the right points, and people, at least in that race, voted for him. That was a crazy couple weeks.
It was a crazy, yes.
And a crazy campaign.
I think sometimes look back at the pictures of that chunk, what would that have been? Q3?
Yeah.
Start of Q4
yeah.
of last year. And it was a wild time.
All right. Lots more wild times ahead on the Monday edition of Point Taken. Kristin, Brey, Steve Scaffidi on 620 WTMJ. Keep in.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected variety Cedar Crest ice cream, $4.49. 12-count selected variety Stone Ridge Fudge or Orange Cream Bars, $3.49. 8-pack or 64-ounce selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $6. 4.5 to 5.3-ounce selected varieties Chobani Flips Yogurt, 2 for $3.
Let's get some strawberries.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh. Pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Hey, do you have knee, hip, shoulder pain? My pain was in the elbow. Tennis elbow is sort of the way I described it, but I had a slight tear in there. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I wasn't thinking surgery, so this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. I did something about it. I got a hold of QC Kinetics, the great folks, leaders in regenerative medicine, treatments like they're using on me, advanced cellular therapy, platelet-rich plasma, my own plasma, all designed to help my body heal itself. I've had 2 treatments, already starting to feel better. I was just telling somebody about this at an event I was at over the weekend. It is more flexible. I got more movements. It doesn't mask the pain. It goes to the root of the problem, cellular treatments that contain growth factors and healing properties, maximizing my own body's ability to heal itself. 92% of their patients and me report satisfaction with their results. I've got 3 more treatments this summer. Working with Dr. Ashley Carabelli and her team is fantastic. Real results that move you easier, make it easier to move, and live better. You want to find out for yourself? You want to see what else you can do about that pain? 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Don't wait. QC Kinetics.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax, and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. The IRS says there is over $330 billion that is delinquent. Are you in that number? Many of the clients we see get notices that are wrong, but they don't know what to do. This is why I started Right Choice Tax Resolution, to help people fight the IRS and state. You don't know the ins and outs of all the taxes they can charge you or the more than 150 penalties they can impose on you. The issue won't go away by doing nothing. You may be able to fix the issue if you act in time. Make the right choice and call us at 844-222-1192. Don't let them wipe out your bank account or retirement plan. Call us at 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us right now to book a meeting. We understand how stressful this can be. The situation won't go away if you do nothing. That's 844-222-1192 or rightchoicetax.us.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Happy Monday, everybody. Gorgeous day out there in Wisconsin land, but I know we have listeners all 50 states now.
It's going to be 93 on Wednesday.
You know, where I'm going to be on Wednesday night, it's going to be 100, so I don't feel any misery for
But
you.
you're going to be able to sit next to a pool.
I will be in the pool. Here's the cool thing about Vegas. In the pool, drinking a cocktail.
Pina colada? Or Negroni.
Well, Negroni later.
Yes, because Negroni's not a daytime drink.
But I'm drinking it.
Oh, someone, actually, I forgot his name. I was handing out water at the end of Storm the Bastille.
Yeah.
And a listener came up and introduced himself. And now, because it was so chaotic, I forgot his name. But he leaned in and he goes, Negroni's not a daytime drink. I said, thank you.
It's just a cycle, man. What if I stayed up late or early? It could be afternoon or evening somewhere.
Do you, man?
Yeah.
I just like to.
I had one in the day hours yesterday. So, what did you do? No, my new drink in Vegas is banana daiquiri at the pool.
Oh, it's a daiquiri, not a pina colada.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. I'll probably
not strawberry, banana.
Banana. Strawberry's too much. It's too much.
Get
Banana.
seeds stuck in your teeth?
No, it's just too. It's too
sweet.
Sugary, sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
Banana. Nice.
Potassium.
So I'm sure that you're going to miss me while I'm gone. By the way, Thursday and Friday. Of course you will. Do you want me to check in?
Sure.
No, I'm not checking in from the pool.
Yeah.
Because I could literally be at the
Only
pool.
if there's EDM music going in the background.
There's a lot of that. That whole
fist pumping.
style is big in Vegas. People pay a lot of money to just go have the DJs play that.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it when the DJs perform? Is it playing it or what is it? Doing it?
Perform,
yeah.
their set list.
These guys make
Performing their
millions
set
of
list.
dollars doing this, playing mainly to young people who are overserved. Let's put it that way. All right. We don't have a ton of time on this, but I want to mention this because I think this is a story we're going to get back to at some point. The President of the United States, over the weekend, is calling for two teams, one in MLB, one in the NFL, to change their names back. That would be the Indians, now the Guardians, and the
Commanders, which were
formerly
the
the
Redskins.
This is what the President of the United States is spending time on. First of all, my first beef with this is do your job. That's not your job. These are private companies. They can do what they want. Their fans will tell them whether they like things or not. And frankly, that ship has sailed like a long time ago. How is this something that is on his mind? Now, I'll answer my own question. Because he's deflecting because the Epstein thing's not going away.
Well, it's between this and then also the attempted deflection with the Obama AI video.
Yeah.
But this is my point. My point with this is, why was anyone surprised when the assumption or the concern about Stephen Colbert and the Late Show coming to an end didn't have nefarious reasons behind it? So if he, being Donald Trump, is willing to tweet this out saying, I'm going to block this deal from a new stadium happening unless you change your name back, can he do it? It doesn't seem
They're
like
not
he
changing their
can.
name back.
But
That's
it's
silly.
But what they can do is block Paramount from being acquired by Skydance because it needs FCC approval. And so to me, this feels like proof that this administration is not above, we're not going to do this unless we get our way.
You know what it says to me? This administration is not serious. It's like, what are you doing? When you have a president who's performing on Truth Social, some of this stuff is just the rant of a lunatic. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Misspelled words, capitals where they don't belong, horrible grammar, and just off the, what does he call it, the weave that he does? It's like, it makes no sense. Put a thought together in a coherent manner. You don't have to just spout out nonsense because you own the platform. He does own Truth Social, right?
He does own Truth Social.
One of the many things he owns that are, anyway. I just think this is a classic example, and this is where I wish fans of the president would at one point say, enough is enough. Just focus on the economy or fix that stuff. This has nothing to do with what the day-to-day life of a president should be dealing with.
And does it really make anyone's life better?
No. It's silly, it's stupid, it's specious, it's just dumb.
All right.
Stop doing this.
I don't think he's going to listen.
No, he's not going to listen.
I don't think he listens to our show.
Here's the cool thing. He should. Here's the cool thing. I will get emails now saying, oh, my God, you hate him so much. I don't hate him. I want him to do well. I want him to focus. F-O-C-U-S. Not relax, R-E-L-A-X. Focus, F-O-C-U-S, on your damn job. This is not your job. Hot take number one of the Point Taken Show. PT, as Kristin Brey likes to call it.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Listen up. A lot more to come.
When we're out in your town, come say hi as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be.
You can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. For Advent, are you tossing and turning? Are you not sleeping through the whole night? Are you waking up not rested and refreshed? What are you waiting for? Contact Advent. AdventKnows.com. I had the snoring issues. My poor wife, Kathy, had to deal with this for decades. But I did something about it. I went in on my own. I wasn't a paid spokesperson. I was a customer and a client. Went in. Got my nose fixed. Specifically, sinuses and nasal passage in my breathing triangle. We did a really simple sleep study so they could determine what was going on at night. Easy, in your own bed. After a short procedure done in one of their offices, which are fantastic, by the way, and their people are so nice, I'm back to breathing better than ever. Kathy and I sleeping through the whole night, waking up rested and refreshed, ready for the day. I wake up at 5. I'm ready to go at 6, in place at WTMJ, and all the things that I was thinking about the day before, all gone. Feel great. Rested and refreshed, as I said. You want to find out how breathing well can make your life better and your nights better? Go to AdventKnows.com. Schedule an appointment today. Do not wait. Because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Here's to time out on the water in Wisconsin. To living your best life while enjoying the lake life.
Ready?
And getting up on a wakeboard the very first try. Or not. Here's to wearing only swimsuits and wishing this perfect day would never end. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Start your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey, Milwaukee, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Are you feeling lucky? Find your next big win during Calder's Summer Savings Event. This weekend only, hurry in store to Calder's and draw your discount. Save 60%, 65%, or 70% on furniture and mattresses. And every day, one lucky shopper will pull a golden ticket worth $3,000 in-store credit. I just shopped at Calder's. They've got the best showrooms, they've got the best salespeople, and this is the most exciting way to save on furniture and mattresses, and it's happening only at Calder's from Friday, July 25th to Monday, July 28th. That's 4 days to draw your own discount or one of 4 golden tickets and a free shopping spree at Calder's. Wow. Plus, Calder's offers exclusive savings on appliances you just won't find anywhere else. They guarantee the best price. Hurry in store to any one of 4 locations in the Milwaukee area during Calder's Summer Savings Event. Save big on furniture and mattresses.
Step up to quality furniture. Get more for your money at Calder's.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
If you like pina coladas,
Shout out to Matt Jorgensen.
That
That's who said hi to me. He just let me know on the talk and text line. So always feel free to come up. You feel the same way. I've gotten messages before. I've gotten DMs before from people being like, I saw you at this thing, but I didn't know if I should come say hi. Always come say hi. Unless I'm fighting with my husband. Then maybe don't.
Then back it.
But we don't fight that much. So
no, I will say, Matt Jorgensen, keep your damn opinions to yourself on the Negronis, because I enjoy them anytime.
What about a mojito? He suggests a mojito.
Also a nice drink.
Mojito, I think, is a kind of a nightmare for a bartender to make.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You got to smash the mint and.
It's like making a classic old fashioned. You got to muddle. It's like, come on, but then if you don't do that, you get the syrupy. It's like no.
Yeah.
That's why I try to stay away from those. Just give me the pure booze. Other than the bananas.
All right. Well, we have a new podcast coming out on Thursday.
We somehow saw the future on this thing.
Well, I don't know. It is like golf season.
It is.
But over the weekend, golf superstar Scotty Scheffler dominated the British Open for his second major win of the year, which is timely because last week he also went viral for a really philosophical conversation about kind of what's the point of all of this, which is what we then took that for our podcast episode. So if you somehow missed his speech last week, or I guess it was a press conference, it wasn't really a speech, but here's a little bit of a philosophy from Scotty Scheffler.
Inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? This is not a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest, places of your heart. There's a lot of people that make it to what they thought was going to fulfill them in life, and then you get there and all of a sudden you get to number one in the world, and then they're like, what's the point? And I really do believe that, because what is the point? You're like, why do I want to win this tournament so bad? That's something that I wrestle with on a daily basis.
So a little preview into our conversation that we had as far as ambition and fulfillment and family versus career. It was a really good conversation.
Yeah, and credit to you for finding that clip last week, and we recorded it, and it's going to be published on Thursday.
So you can go ahead and text LISTEN to 855-616-1620 if you have not already bookmarked and subscribed to You Need to Listen. You can do that right now ahead of this conversation coming out Thursday morning.
And I said it during the podcast. He's a deep thinker, this guy, and it's one of the reasons he's so good as a golfer. He's all in, and he's honestly at that presser answering a question about what this all means. And love his answer, love the podcast, listen, text it in, and get the new one on Thursday.
All right, when we come back, Dave Spano here with us early on this is Point Taken, not You Need to Listen. Point Taken.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Enjoy a free dinner tonight and a must-see summer drive through the majestic and beautiful Kettle Moraine Forest to the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here, serving world-class dinners for over 90 years in their up-north timbered and stone building. Buy one dinner, get one free 7 nights a week. Savor a choice porterhouse steak, the new shrimp and scallop stir-fry, a big fresh salad, steak and lobster, and any entree. Your second dinner is free. Desserts also. Buy one, get one free. Unwind with an old-fashioned. Choose from 20 bourbons, 100 wines, ice-cold beers. On the patio in the woods, then a free dinner in the 8 unique dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. A Top Choice Award winner for fine dining and most romantic restaurant. Enjoy a free early week dinner tonight. Beat the crowds. It's great food and great service. Tables are open. Escape from your kitchen. Call and reserve or Google Fox and Hounds Restaurant.
All different types of injury lawyers advertise. Cartoon lawyers, bobblehead lawyers, and folks chasing ambulances with text messages. Our clients don't want or need such lawyers. Our clients know, like, and trust that Pasternak and Zergabel will help in their time of need. I'm Jeff Zergabel of Pasternak and Zergabel. Frank Pasternak and I are excellent personal injury lawyers in our community. If you need help after an injury, go to Pasternak and Zergabel at injurywisconsin.com. That's injurywisconsin.com.
It's back.
And sweeter than ever.
It's the Cream Puffapalooza, July 30th at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Registration is open now at WTMJ.com.
The first 300 fans signed up will receive a 6-pack of Cream Puffs, handed out by your Cream Puffapalooza ambassadors, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty. Hey, that's us.
Whether you love them classic, chocolatey, or bursting with berry, there's never been a better time to indulge at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Because no Wisconsin summer is complete without a Cream Puff.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Looking for an e-bike? Shop Wheel and Sprocket and find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
The Big Duck. Okay, we all know his nickname. Good thing we brought the plunger.
Line drive, deep right center, out of here.
The Brewers head to Seattle to take on the Mariners. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:05. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 11:01, it is 70 degrees, mostly sunny today, 75 lakeside up to 82 inland, low 60s tonight. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. A second suspect now charged in the kidnapping of a Milwaukee 7-year-old earlier this year. Fabian Johnson, the second suspect in the case to face charges of kidnapping in the attempted abduction of Jamal White. 25-year-old Corey Williams also charged in the attempted kidnapping at gunpoint while White was riding his bike earlier this month near 60th and Eustis. Johnson's bond set at $200,000. He'll be in court on Thursday. Overseas, at least 19 people now confirmed dead in Bangladesh after an Air Force jet on a training mission crashed into a school in the nation's capital city of Dhaka. At least 19 people dead, another 164 injured. The BBC's Yogita Lumai.
They've said that it suffered mechanical failure shortly after takeoff. They say that the pilot did try to steer the aircraft away to a less densely populated area, but wasn't able to do so in time.
At least 164 injured, students at the school ranging in age from 4 to 18 years old. Back at home, a second automaker says it's taking a big financial hit because of tariffs levied by President Trump. CBS's Jim Krasula.
Stellantis, the maker of Jeep and Ram vehicles, says preliminary financial figures indicate the company will see a nearly $3 billion net loss in the first half of this year, partly due to U.S. tariffs. A week ago, vehicle maker Volvo said it was taking a $1.2 billion hit because of Trump administration tariffs and production delays.
Stellantis' facility in Milwaukee's Bayview neighborhood set to close in 2027 with 100 jobs set to move to a new facility in suburban Detroit. And the aviation world converging on Oshkosh for EAA AirVenture 2025, the annual event drawing aircraft enthusiasts and experts from all over the world, including James Gladwin, telling WTMJ he came all the way from London for the event.
I was blown away, overwhelmed, to be honest with you, a little bit. The amount of people, aircrafts, the facility's amazing. I'm just excited to be here this week, explore all of it, take it all in, soak it in, and try and help the aviation community out the best we can with anything they need.
Organizers anticipate EAA will attract more than 700,000 attendees this year. Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Been a good day so far for the majors, and all three still in the green, up about a 0.5 percentage point each, the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. Wondering how the One Big Beautiful Bill will mean for your taxes and retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Get up to speed fast, heading over to annexwealth.com. Look for the events tab. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 11:04.
It's here, the largest vacation sale in the nation. Fox World Travel's exclusive July sale is back. Score unbeatable deals at all-inclusive resorts with Apple Vacations to Mexico and the Caribbean with non-stop flights. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention you heard it on WTMJ. Book now and secure your spot with just a deposit. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ's Steve Scaffidi and Loyal Family Renovations. They saved the day after a brutal storm in Oak Creek. Hail damage, yeah, I had a lot of it. But Jeff, Jake, and the whole team, absolute pros, made the entire process smooth as can be. Let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with adjusters. They handled all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service. In just 2 days, my roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit loyalfamilyrenovations.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Can you smell it? 2 games away from hamburgers for the Brewers. They'll go for win 11 in a row tonight in Seattle against the Mariners. Milwaukee beginning action today with a tie with the Cubs for the NL Central lead. Our coverage begins at 8:05 on WTMJ. And Packers training camp opens up this Wednesday. Some notable names will not be practicing to start camp. Wideout Christian Watson and linebacker Quay Walker on the physically unable to perform list, while lineman Elkton Jenkins is on the team's non-football injury list. Checking the roads now, your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Still working on that crash on the right shoulder heading towards 94 West out of the zoo from 4145 South. Looks like it's a black pickup truck involved with this, and a squad is on scene taking care of things there. As far as slowdowns go, your trouble spots are going to be 4145 heading north from about Highway 100 up to Silver Spring, and then south from about Highway 175 down to Hampton. Then a slow go either direction on 94. It's been slow most of the morning out of Highway 18 to about Calhoun, and then the other direction from about Sunny Slope past Moreland will be a little bit slow as well. Everywhere else is looking pretty good this hour. And your WTMJ forecast for today, we'll see the haze start to move out, already thinner than it was earlier this morning across southeast Wisconsin. High today of 75 lakeside, up to 82 inland, 65 and some clouds tonight. Rain chances for your Tuesday, otherwise sunny mid-80s. Highs in the low 90s then for Wednesday and Thursday. Going to be hot and humid. And a chance for showers on Friday with a high of 83. Right now in Madison, sunny and 74. Green Bay, sunny skies 71. Waukesha checking in 74 and sunny. At EAA and Oshkosh, 70 mostly sunny. And in Milwaukee, some haze and 69 degrees. I'm Adam Roberts, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 11:08.
Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue. It's time for Point Taken. Here are your hosts, Steve Scaffidi and Kristin Brey.
And speaking of Annex, let's go right to the top. Dave Spano, Annex Wealth Management. Hi, Dave Spano.
Happy Monday, Dave.
Happy Monday. Go Crew. Wow.
Yeah,
on fire. Man, I love it.
Yeah, 10 in a row.
Yes, sir.
Team,
and beating the Dodgers, no less, right?
Season sweep, which I don't even know if that's happened before with the LA Dodger franchise. It's one of those seasons, Dave. It sort of had like that slow start. I'm going to make a weird segue into the economy here, but it had that slow 0-4 start, and now tied for the best record in baseball.
Crazy, love it. And 25-year anniversary coming up this week too of AmFam Field.
Oh, yep. I missed that one.
Yeah, isn't that
25
it's crazy
years already?
Wow. Yep.
That makes me feel old.
Yeah.
Because I remember the place before that.
The county stadium was falling apart. Bricks were falling off the building. I was part of the stadium board for a while representing Waukesha County. So happy to see the success of that building, the leadership. I mean, it's really a cool place.
So the connection to the economy is we've had that rough Liberation Day, but the markets, Dave, up for the year seem to be responding. We have some I think 20% of the S&P reports on Tuesday their earnings. Companies, if I describe them as hesitant yet positive, would that be sort of the right outlook?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you look at the number of firms that are talking about tariffs in their post meetings, and it's a lot. It's going. I mean, it's a big number that they're talking about, in the thousands of mentions. But if you went to sleep, sometime around January 1st, and were Rip Van Winkle and woke up and the market's up 7%, and you missed everything in between, you'd say that's a pretty good year so far. But the market continues to go. The rally is at all-time highs, which is hard for some people to square that the markets are at all-time highs despite everything else that's happening in the world. But it is, there's a lot of stuff that is going into this equation. And one of those is removing some of the uncertainty. We talked about, will there be a tax bill that gets passed? What will the Federal Reserve do? What happens with tariffs? And as these things get resolved, the market gets more certain.
So on the other side of this, there's obviously the market, which not everyone is invested in the market. Lots of people are, but prices is actually what does affect everyone. And so how do you feel like, because I saw there was a CBS News YouGov poll released yesterday that 70 respondents said the administration isn't focusing enough on lowering prices. And so when you look at this, as far as obviously your job is to have good return, or have your clients get good returns in the market, but what do you interpret as far as going on that the market can be this strong and yet prices really aren't coming down?
So great point. So a lot of times, Kristin, the market and the economy are not connected in the short term, right? So you can have a really good market, but it doesn't appear in the economy. But if you have to look at what people are saying and what's really happening, those are two different things as well. So spending patterns are just going up. Retail sales are up. Big banks are reporting that credit card spending continues to go up. And we start to see the GDP growth go up. And the GDP growth is already exceeding the target that the Atlanta Fed had said we were going to see. So all of those things are in direct contradiction to that survey. Now, the reality is people want prices to go down. And there's no doubt about that. And about 50% of Americans are invested in the stock market. So even if it's just in the 401k or wherever else it is, people are invested and they do want their accounts to go up. But inflation still is a conversation. It's slightly above the Fed target. The Fed target is 2%, and they want that to average 2%. And I guess that argument hasn't been relayed too well, because when they were talking about 2%, they said on average. So, for example, if you had a long run of 1.5%, and then you had a long run of 2.5%, that's a 2% average. So they're at 2.5 right now. The Fed is still in restrictive territory. So we'll see if that continues to bring things down. But it just seems that the uncertainty of tariffs at this point are pushing prices up. So if we can get some certainty by August 1st from a lot of these countries, and we'll see how these negotiations go, I think the tariff concern and the inflation concern will go down at the same time.
We'll get to the Jerome Powell question after the next break, but I'm curious. You talk to a lot of business leaders, a lot of business owners, Dave, and I've asked you this question before over the years. When you talk to them right now, what sense are you getting of where they feel as people who make things, manufacture things, or have products and services that they have to sell out there? What are they telling you?
Yeah, cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
And so what they're telling us, and you get to talk to them either if it's on the golf course or coming into our office or wherever it is, I ask them those questions. And I've always used that anecdotal evidence. I put a lot of weight on that. And so as I hear they go, yeah, tariffs are uncertain to us how we should move forward. And that is also coming out in the S&P earnings reports. When they talk to the CFOs and the CEOs after they have their earnings reports, they bring it up. So cautiously optimistic that things can go better. But here's a really good point for everyone to understand. These tariffs likely are not going to be a long-term effect. What is really, you have to think about it, where are you going to invest right now? Are you going to invest in something that's going to have a 10% tariff to Europe, or are you going to invest in something that is really going to be exciting down the road? And AI, for example, how is that going to make them more efficient? How is it going to make them more profitable? How is it going to increase people's lives? That is the reason why we start to see a lot of excitement still in the stock market. AI is behind a lot of this as well. So we'll look at you can look at the negative part and you can look at the positive part. But for the most part, guys, the stock market goes up most of the time, and it's doing that here almost at 45,000. I know you and I talked, Steve, about where it's going to go, and I remember it was at 40,000. I said, it's going to get to 50. I can't tell you when. We're halfway there now.
Yeah, you predicted 40 very early in that conversation a couple of years ago. So he is Dave Spano, leader at Annex Wealth Management, and there's always a great resource if you want the latest breaking news from the Fed or any of the economy news. Instant Insight. There's one this week. There's one next week. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the next segment. We'll continue the conversation with Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management after this on 620 WTMJ.
The One Big Beautiful Bill spans over 800 pages and introduces provisions and policy shifts that could impact your taxes in retirement. It marks a significant overhaul of the government's role across multiple sectors. As the implications unfold, questions abound. Annex Wealth Management is hosting a webinar to address these concerns. Join us Wednesday, July 23rd at noon for a free webinar. We'll explore the latest updates and open the chat for your questions. It's a valuable learning opportunity for everybody. Register today at annexwealth.com/events.
All personal injury law firms essentially cost the same. When you receive a settlement or win a verdict, we take 1/3 as our fee. If you get nothing, we get nothing. But one law firm has recovered more million-dollar results than any other firm in Wisconsin. We have handled and won the largest cases in state history. And we cost the same as every other personal injury firm in town. Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service. Visit habish.com for more information.
Tony Evers and the Madison Democrats are too weak and too radical. But the same old career politicians can't stop them.
I'm Bill Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and Wisconsin manufacturer. I'm an outsider and a businessman, just like President Trump. I'm running for governor to advance the Trump agenda, shake up Madison, and put Wisconsin citizens first.
Let's fire the bureaucrats. Hire the outsider. Bill Berrien for governor. Paid for by Bill for Governor.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Comfort Awnings and Abbey Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
As I said, if you want to catch the wisdom of guys like, the top guy at Annex Wealth Management, Dave Spano, Brian Jacobson is going to join me next week on Instant Insight. Just go to annexwealth.com. You can click on the Instant Insight banner, and same thing at WTMJ.com. These things are awesome, Dave. You guys have had great response on this. People can ask questions about the breaking news happening in the economy with the Fed, which sort of leads us to our next question. This relationship.
Will he or won't he? I feel like the last week has just been, is Jerome Powell going to get fired? Is he going to resign? It seems like Scott Bessent may have played a role in making sure that Trump does not fire him, though Trump then said that was not true. But what tea leaves are you reading right now on whether or not Jerome Powell will be here by the end of the year?
Yeah, that's funny, tea leaves. But, I will tell you this, is it would not be good for the economy and the market if he did do that. Now, I did find it interesting that the Wall Street Journal, which I have a lot of respect for, wrote that, and then Scott Bessent said, I'd like to know how they know that I said that to him. He said, because there was only a few people in the room when we had this conversation. So he was kind of suggesting there was a leaker out there that this conversation was out there. So I did find that interesting.
Yeah.
And he did say, of course, that it won't be good for the economy and financial markets. And by the way, even if it would happen, I'm sure there would be all kinds of Supreme Court people looking at these things. It'd be uncharted, not only legally but politically if this happens. So there is a lot going on there. Of course, there's a little fuel to the fire right now because of what's happening with the renovation project of the Fed. If people don't know that, Powell had a renovation project at the Fed, and it was a significant cost overrun. I can just tell you myself, Kristin, a couple of years ago, I gave, we were going to do a kitchen remodel at the home, and I gave my wife an unlimited budget
wow.
to get it done. And guess what? She exceeded it. So I can see the reason why that happened. So the board, there is a board, right? And there's a number of people on the board, and he can't, even if he does that, I would assume that the rest of the board would rally around Powell. I really do. Now, the right thing to do, and he can put pressure on him, that's what he does. He's done in the middle, he's May of next year, right? So that's not that far away. And by the way, the Fed will look at the data. Now, they have been looking forever. They've looked backwards, Kristin. They always said, what are the facts and circumstances? What is the evidence for us to do that? Now, that's looking in the rearview mirror, and I have said forever they're looking backwards and not forward. Well, the reason they're not lowering rates right now, they said, because tariffs could be inflationary. But they're starting to look forward when they've always looked backwards. So that's a change in policy, and that's what really has got a lot of people, fired up. So why now are they looking forward when they've never done that before? So let's, my opinion would be to leave him alone. You can put pressure on him. There's a number of other Fed people, and by the way, he could stay on the Fed and not be the FOMC chair. So there's all kinds of moving parts, and I do believe Scott Bessent did say, leave him alone to some extent.
Yeah. All right, so this is a real question that came from someone who's a big fan of yours and our show, and it has to do with this, whether this decision is made to remove Jerome Powell or not. And this is, it seems crazy, but I've seen what's happened with tariffs, the president just picking a number, and then everyone sort of going along. If he replaced Jerome Powell, if you put Scott Bessent or somebody else in that position, what's stopping them from arbitrarily, the administration, the President of the United States, arbitrarily picking an interest rate that's 2 points lower? What's stopping them?
Yeah, there wouldn't be, but there should be some logical evidence. I know everyone's getting fired up that Trump's a dictator and all these things, but the Fed is independent for a reason, right? And so they have two jobs, two mandates. It's a dual mandate, and one is to make sure that employment is at full scale. Full scale by most estimates is around 4%. There's the rest of the economy is supposed to be working at that number. The second is to make sure there's price control, that there's not inflation. But I will tell you, the Fed is taking a lot of hits for inflation when there's a lot of argument that it didn't have anything to do with the Federal Reserve, even though I thought they were late to the game, years ago when they were giving mortgage bonds an opportunity to continue out there when the real estate market was doing well. You can argue that there was fiscal policy, not monetary policy, which aided in the increase of inflation. So the Fed has to try to be an arbiter in all of this argument. So do I think that he should do that? No. I think should the target be changed? Maybe, because 2% is an arbitrary number too, Steve.
Yep.
I mean, they picked that out when they could not get inflation going. I mean, they tried forever, back to President Obama. They wanted inflation. They didn't want a 0 to 1% because deflation is truly, it really is harder on the economy than higher inflation is. So they don't want deflation because that's just a downward spiral. So they wanted to get to this 2% increase, and that is really why they picked that number. Is there a major difference between 2 and 2.5%? Some will argue no. And that is the reason why Scott Bessent, if you missed it, he said the whole Fed concept should be looked at. Have they been right? Have they been wrong? And they do take a lot of punches. There's no doubt about that. And so right now, is 2% an arbitrary number? It seems to be that. Is there a major difference in people's lives between 2 and 2.5%? That can be argued.
All right, final question, which probably deserves its own segment, so we'll have to come back to it. But President Trump signed the Genius Act into law, which now means that many banks and fintechs are going to be able to use stablecoin as part of everyday life. And so I had a Marquette professor, David Krause, on here trying to explain stablecoin and all of this. But as far as now that this is stablecoins is part of law, is this something that at Annex you guys are starting to incorporate, or how does this change for you guys?
Well, let me just say, if Professor Krause couldn't get it across, I sure as heck not. And by the way,
pretty good job. He's pretty good at explaining this stuff.
He's awesome. And you should ask him another question next time you have him on. Baseball. The man knows baseball.
He's a big collector. He's a big card collector.
Yeah, for sure. So should stablecoin be investable? Right now, the SEC still has restrictions on how individual investors can do that. You can buy an exchange-traded fund, But is there an index where someone who's at the New York Stock Exchange could buy stablecoin? That's still being worked out right now. So, but if it continues to go out, you can see what's happening with the price of stablecoins and the rest, right? And should it be looked over by the federal government? The new bill said no. I mean, I don't know that I don't know if I agree with that, and I didn't agree with everything in that bill, by the way. And so there were some things that I gave it a and that was one of them. So let's watch stablecoin. Let's see what the SEC says about regulation, and then we can say, can individual investors start to put that in their portfolios other than an exchange-traded fund?
He's the CEO of Annex Wealth Management, also the founder, Dave Spano. Great information, as always. And if you want to catch the latest instant insights, you can find out about that at WTMJ.com or at the awesome website, annexwealth.com. Awesome information, up to date, happens right after these big things are announced. Dave Spano will do it again next week.
Good, thanks. And Steve, we put our presentations up on that we've done with your team. They're up on the website. So if people want to see the last one, which is the OBB explanation of that, that's on the website. But again, thanks, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right, good. The great Dave Spano will take a quick break here. Then I'm going to talk about something I did that I want to tease, which is a lot of fun, and it's a really good interview. All that coming up.
While most teams get stuck in the dog days of summer, we continue to just keep moving the needle.
And Durbin, a drive, left center, deep. See you later. Caleb Durbin, turn out the lights. The rookie, and the Brewers win it 4-3.
The Brewers head to Seattle to take on the Mariners. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:05. We are the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi here from Milwaukee Weight Loss. I was at a family reunion over the weekend. People go, oh, you lost weight? I go, yeah, Milwaukee Weight Loss. It's the secrets. Forget about the fad stuff, the yo-yo dieting and all the gimmicky stuff. Even the shots can be sort of a big intrusion into your life. I lost the weight with just willpower and a smart plan, and that smart plan started with Milwaukee Weight Loss. They helped me lose the weights. None of the gimmicky stuff, just real results that last. It's doctor-developed, natural, and it's helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks. I've lost over 40 pounds. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. It's possible, and you can do it. But you got to start somewhere. And the start somewhere is going to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com or calling for a free consultation, 262-393-2334. I'll go slow again. The number is 262-393-2334. Change your life. You'll feel better. You'll look better. You'll be more confident. All as part of this plan. You can do it. I did it. You can certainly do it as well. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com or 262-393-2334.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
If you're a DIYer, Fleet Farm's got just what you need at the best prices guaranteed. Like a Milwaukee 10-piece screwdriver kit for $24.99. Or select DeWalt 20-volt bare tools for just $99 a piece. The WorkMax linkable 30-inch LED shop light is only $6.99. And all Carhartt 4 short-sleeve pocket tees start at $24.99. Shop your local Fleet Farm for the best gear to get the job done right. And check out our weekly ad for even more deals at fleetfarm.com.
Oh, my Scaffidi podcast. I don't think we're going to have enough time, so we're not going to play the clip, but you can. Here's the great thing. The full.
You can play tomorrow.
Yeah, the full interview with Packers president, soon-to-be retired Packers president Mark Murphy is available now at WTMJ.com or wherever you get your podcast. It is awesome. He's funny. He's smart. He tells you what he's going to do in retirement. He talks about the NFL
He's
draft.
very honest.
He is. And I was so happy because I've been working on this interview for like 3 months to get him, and he's a tough guy to schedule. Everybody wants a piece of him because he's fun, and I really enjoyed the conversation. So if you're a Packers fan, even if you're not, you want to feel like what he felt on day one when he got the job. That was my first question. Amazing answer. One that I didn't expect. Guy's done a lot. He went to the Pro Bowl as a player. He won a Super Bowl as a player. So great interview. All you got to do, text the word Steve or the name Steve, S-T-E-V-E, and you get the whole podcast. It's about 30 minutes.
What's the number?
855-616-1610. Thanks for reminding me.
You know.
I get so comfortable here in this big chair. All right. So we got Adam Rodhams. Adam, what's his name?
What's his name? Who that?
Adam, what is it? Adam something?
Roberts, I think.
It's still Roberts.
Roberts. Adam Roberts coming up with local news. Before we get to any of that, here is now the latest from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Police in upstate New York charging a Canada father with the murder of his 9-year-old daughter while driving from New York City to Montreal. He's entered a plea of not guilty.
New York State Police say Luciano Fratolin and his young daughter Melina were vacationing in upstate New York from their home in Montreal when Fratolin called Saturday night saying the 9-year-old had been abducted by someone in a white van. Captain Robert McConnell says when investigators began finding inconsistencies in that story, they began searching around Ticonderoga, New York.
Members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond.
Fratolin was supposed to have returned his daughter to her mother's custody on Sunday. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
A court hearing today in Boston in the case between Harvard University and the Trump administration. Attorneys for the Ivy League college asking a judge for a summary judgment to unfreeze some $2.6 billion in federal funding and grants. The government alleges Harvard promoted anti-Semitism on campus. And on Wall Street, stocks are up in afternoon trading. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Times 11:31. I'm Adam Roberts. Search efforts continuing in La Crosse after a woman goes missing near the Mississippi River over the weekend. 22-year-old Elliot Hines last seen Sunday morning early in the day. Efforts by family to contact her have not been successful. She was last seen walking on Front Street near the water. More information available online at WTMJ.com. One person dead after a UTV rollover in Brown County. 21-year-old man from Denmark found trapped under the vehicle in the township of Glenmore. They died at the scene. Police believe speed, alcohol, and a lack of seatbelt use are all believed to be factors in the crash. And a suspect remains at large this morning after a burglary overnight at the West Milwaukee Target. Police tracking down and arresting a second suspect near 44th and Kinnickinnick River Parkway early this morning. No details are known about the first suspect or how much was stolen from the Target. Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. You heard it in the ABC News Update. All the big three still looking good today. The Dow up 221 points, the Nasdaq up 129, and the S&P 500 up 34 points. All big three up about 0.5% on the day. What does the One Big Beautiful Bill mean for your taxes and retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar this Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Get up to speed fast. Head to annexwealth.com and look for the events tab. Checking the roads now, your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Some good news. Looks like they've cleared up this crash on the right shoulder heading out of the zoo onto 94 west from 4145 south. Looks like that work's been done. Still got some delays on 4145 heading north from about Highway 100 up to Silver Spring, and then the other direction from Hampton down to about Capitol Drive. And the cones are out on 94 east and west in Waukesha County, anywhere between Highway 18 and about Sunny Slope, east and west. You're going to run into some slowdowns. Overall, though, no other incidents or delays across the system. Your drive otherwise looking decent. And your WTMJ forecast, still waiting for the last bit of this wildfire smoke to move out of southeast Wisconsin this morning. High today around 75 lakeside, up to 82 inland. We are tracking some rain moving into western Wisconsin right now. Much of that may dissipate before it reaches the area today. Clouds tonight, a low down to 65. Rain chances tomorrow with a high around 85, then low to mid 90s for Wednesday and Thursday before low 80s on Friday. Right now in Milwaukee, hazy, sunny, and 68. I'm Adam Roberts, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 11:34.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it St. Vincent de Paul.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Abbey window. Can you believe a house built in 2000 was 25 years ago? Did you know the average builder grade window only lasts 10 to 15 years? If you have the 1990s wood-clad windows or the builder grade 2000 vinyl windows, then it's time for an upgrade. Triple pane windows and full frame installs are what we do at Abbey Home. With finished carpenters as installers, you get the quality install you deserve and customized solutions for your home. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free with Abbey Home. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Hair Bangers Ball, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between July 31st and August 10th. Member FDIC.
Only the hardest hitting news and hot takes on the most important stories of the day here on Point Taken.
Sometimes no, though. Especially on one of these kind of days. Like, so I've been so good about junk food in the last year plus that I might stop and get like a Diet Coke because I allow myself maybe one of those a week because Diet soda's not really like
Fridge cigarette?
Huh?
Have you heard about this?
No.
Some tweet went viral as far as against Gen Z calling Diet Cokes a little fridge cigarette. It's like a little treat.
Really?
And it just totally went, yeah, the internet loved it.
So today's National Junk Food Day. It's actually International Junk Food Day.
Who sponsored this?
It's like everything else, probably the fast food industry or somebody sent in a press release and then next thing you know, you get a day. We should get a Point Taken Day as long as they're handing these things out. What would that be like? What do we give away?
A lot of arguments.
Lunch with Kristin and Steve. How about that?
That's not bad.
I think that'd be fun.
I mean, we are fun.
Maybe we should talk to our marketing department about doing something like that.
Okay.
Lunch with Kristin and Steve. What would the contest be? I have to think about that one. But yeah, that's on the table, but not decided yet. So I asked this just in our little informal notes. Like, what's like when I don't know how much junk food do you eat a lot of
more
junk food?
than I would like to.
Okay,
admit.
so you admit that, but you're thin as a rail. So I mean, you obviously don't have a problem there. I got to stay away from it because otherwise
I do have a problem because this is the hill I will die on, and this is my point as far as our bodies are our bodies, and there are people who eat incredibly well and work out and who are in much better shape than I am, who are many more sizes bigger than I am.
Yeah.
And who, if I was forced to run a mile right now, would one, pee my pants because still haven't recovered from childbirth, and two, probably just couldn't do it because I am just not in good shape. I eat what I want for now, but that doesn't mean like I am the beacon of health just because I am thin. And I think that is the thing that I get really frustrated with.
Yeah.
Is that thinness is always equated to health when I will be the first one to admit I am not at my healthiest point at this time in my life.
And I could run a 5K right now. I could literally end this. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I run marathons. I pretty much figure out a 5K. It's not that far.
That's fair.
So I thought about this question. Like, if you wanted to have, like, pretend you don't eat as much as you probably do, which is sort of scary. What's your go-to? Like, I can tell you what mine is in a second. Like, if I allowed myself to just go nuts.
I love sugary candy.
Really?
Like
that's not junk food, though. That's just candy.
Like all of the candy that's labeled fat-free.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mike and Ike's, Skittles, the chewy peaches and watermelon, like the sour watermelon, Sour Patch Kids, all of that stuff. It's just garbage.
See,
it's just
mine,
like chemicals and sugar.
If it had no impact on my health or my weight, I would literally go to McDonald's every day and get a Big Mac, a large fry, and a Coke.
Not a Diet Coke.
No,
a regular
Coke.
full-fledged
Yeah,
Coke.
soon to be made with sugar cane. That announcement's happening
we'll see
tomorrow.
if
That
that
announcement is happening tomorrow, by the way.
he didn't back down on that?
No, he's all in. And Coke's going to decide whether they're going to do it or not. My preview is? They're going to say, well, we'll try a limited run of it. Like a
I
special...
bet it tastes better. Like, I guarantee that it tastes
of course.
better.
I mean, it was the magic for centuries, right?
Did they also
Sugarcane?
used to just put straight cocaine in it?
Yeah. I think they'll bring
Pep?
that.
Put the pep in Pepsi?
They'll bring that back?
I
mean, why not? With the gummy world now taking over? Anyway, if you have a thought, 855-616-1620, what's your go-to fast food junkie meal?
What's your vice?
Yeah. Somebody just said Cheetos.
Oh.
I love a good bag of Cheetos.
Puffs or the original or hot?
No, not the Puffs. That's just like cheese balls. No.
Yeah.
The crunchy ones.
What about Pirate's Booty?
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know? It's like it's kind of like little puffed buttery balls.
Did you just make that up?
No, Pirate's Booty is so good.
Is that a homemade thing?
No, packaged.
I've never heard of that. A big fan of Mike and Ike's, though.
I know.
Because every time when my wife, Kathy...
Favorite flavor?
I like the red, but also the green.
Oh.
I blame it on the Packers. But my wife buys Mike and Ike's for my grandkids, and I steal almost all of them.
Do you have to like shake them in your hand before you pop a couple in your mouth, like the old man move?
Yeah. It's so good. So send us your crazy junk. It's Junk Food Day, National International Junk Food Day. We like to throw a fun segment in every once in a while. Otherwise, we'd just be tearing our hair out.
That's true.
And I don't have that much to give. So you've got, thankfully, a big lock of hair.
I got a lot more years to go through this, though.
You do. You've got the benefit of time. All right. I forgot what we're talking about next. What are we talking about next? Do you know?
Dealer's choice. We'll decide at commercial.
There's never a shortage on Point Taken on 620 WTMJ.
Now that you're ready to purchase a new bike, do yourself a solid by stopping by one of our Wheel and Sprocket stores to test ride an electric bike, better known today as an e-bike. And let me tell you, these bikes are a game changer because you can ride a whole lot further without even breaking a sweat. We're talking 20 to 50 miles on a single charge. So even riding uphill comes with tons of thrills. But before you decide, stop by any of our Wheel and Sprocket locations first and let us explain in detail what e-bikes are all about. And once you're here, you'll find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride. After all, here at Wheel and Sprocket, we love bikes, which is why bikes are all we do.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
I'm Amelia Kegel with Wheel and Sprocket. Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi for QC Kinetics. If you got knee, hip, shoulder pain, mine was elbow. I've had 2 treatments already with Dr. Ashley Carvelli and her team. Got to tell you, it feels better already, more flex, stronger. Not those sharp pains when I pick up something or turn a doorknob, because that's how sensitive it was. QC Kinetics, leaders, the experts in regenerative medicine. They use cellular therapy, platelet-rich plasma, my own plasma, helps your body heal itself. And that seems to have worked for me, and I've got 3 more treatments to go. They don't mask the pain. It's not surgery. They go to the root of the problem. Their cellular treatments contain growth factors and healing properties, maximizing your own body's ability to heal itself. The cool thing about them, 1, they're great to work with. They answer all your questions, great communication skills, back and forth. Even scheduling is amazing. They make it so easy. You can make your life easier. You can make you live better. Get a second opinion. Don't jump to surgery. Learn more about something that could be life-changing for you like it was for me. Awesome team. Great treatments for me. 2 of 5 already done with 2. Already feel better. Here's what you got to do. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Outdoor Living Unlimited. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. We install anything decks and more. Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Hey, Milwaukee, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Are you feeling lucky? Find your next big win during Calder's Summer Savings Event. This weekend only, hurry in store to Calder's and draw your discount. Save 60%, 65%, or 70% on furniture and mattresses. And every day, one lucky shopper will pull a golden ticket worth $3,000 in-store credit. I just shopped at Calder's. They've got the best showrooms, they've got the best salespeople, and this is the most exciting way to save on furniture and mattresses, and it's happening only at Calder's from Friday, July 25th to Monday, July 28th. That's 4 days to draw your own discount or one of 4 golden tickets and a free shopping spree at Kohlder's. Wow. Plus, Kohlder's offers exclusive savings on appliances you just won't find anywhere else. They guarantee the best price. Hurry in store to any one of 4 locations in the Milwaukee area during Kohlder's summer savings event. Save big on furniture and mattresses.
Step up to quality furniture. Get more for your money at Kohlder's.
I'm thinking, I'm not sure, Marshall Tucker Band? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is from my era.
Very impressive.
Saw many times in the 70s and 80s. I don't know if until the 90s. They were the background music for many trips to Daytona Beach during spring break of my college years.
Oh, was that your go-to place?
Yeah.
Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach.
You guys
4
would
years.
Drive down?
Oh, yeah, drive. We flew down one time.
Oh.
With my friend Gary flying the plane, 4 of us.
He had his pilot's license.
He did. That was an adventure.
That is...
Because all those other folks had to wait in line at the airport. We just pulled into the single planes, got out of the plane.
How big was the plane?
Enough for 4 people.
Enough for 4 people. How long was the flight?
I want to say like 3 hours to somewhere in Georgia, maybe 4 hours. Then we had to stop and refuel.
So it was like 4 hours on like one of those pedal jumpers?
Yeah.
And you felt...
3 hours maybe.
Would you do that now?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Because it wasn't a private jet. It was like...
No, but Gary, he became he just retired. He's a very experienced pilot. He flew for the big airlines, and he knew what he was doing. Well-trained.
I don't doubt it. I'm just saying. I've done that flight in one of those planes.
You know, it had to be shorter than
from
3 hours. It had to be 2 hours.
We did a pit stop in Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee to Wisconsin Rapids.
Yeah.
And it was cool, but I don't know if I want to spend 4 hours on that plane.
My friend Bob used to fly his plane from Milwaukee to his place up in Eagle River. And he had like a stowed truck or car.
Beautiful flight.
Didn't work out for JFK Jr., though. Because you know what his deal was? He wasn't instrument trained. He was just, out see the horizon and all that stuff. As soon as the fog came in, right into the ocean. Which is sad. He could have been a guy that would have been president of the United States, I think, easily. We're always talking about candidates for president. For Democrats, that was a no-brainer. Do you agree?
I mean, I was pretty young when he died, so I wasn't like as I only know how people talked about him versus living through who he was while alive.
He had all the mystique, man.
He's very handsome.
Handsome guy, but smart.
Is he finance?
I think so. He'd done a lot of things. He just was a great speaker. I mean, yeah, one of those tragedies.
He was a Kennedy.
He was a Kennedy, yeah. Well, they're not all geniuses, as we've learned out. Real quick, because I saw this story. So, a little inside baseball, but in my life. But Kathy and I were talking about the cost of like groceries.
Because you don't know. You're like Jesse Waters. He was like, "What kind of man goes grocery shopping with his wife?"
Literally, I never ever shop for groceries ever.
She's never sent you to the store with a list.
Maybe, but that would be. I'd like to find the easiest way to do it. Is there like a quick trip around that I could just buy it at?
Okay.
Yeah, because I could get jerky or a donut there while I'm there. Maybe fill up. I don't like shopping. But I saw this story, and I look at a lot of sources, Fox and CNN and everything else, Axios, and you name it. We look at a lot of stuff. So we're talking about eggs going down, and the president's been hanging his hat on that. Well, as that's happening, beef prices are rising. Like the average cost, $9.26 a pound. Are you kidding me? So you have to be careful with saying everything's going down or everything's going up. This is one of those, micro pieces of that story, and there's a lot of reasons. Some of the beef ranchers are cashing out because the beef prices are high, so they're cashing out. They're not breeding as much as they used to. There's less of them for a lot of different reasons, people getting out of that business. But the bottom line is, as much as there is some mixed news, I would say slightly positive about the economy, the price of beef, not just steaks, which is what I was talking about, ground beef are way up. And as you know, somebody who probably shops, right? Or does Mike shop?
Mike shops.
Really?
We divide and conquer. Yes,
okay.
We both.
Right.
I don't always trust him for certain ingredients. There's been plenty of times where he's come home and I didn't specify enough on the thing that I needed.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But
because the reason I don't shop, I buy all the wrong things.
Yeah. And so I have to send him like links when it's a specific product or a specific brand
with, like, the
of
picture
something
of the thing?
that I need. But he will shop. And he lived, but the thing is, like, he was single for a long time and stuff like that. But we divide and conquer while shopping. But we don't buy a lot of steak at home.
Yeah.
Like mostly what we eat at home is chicken and fish.
It's not just steak, it's hamburger.
And yeah,
So, I mean, be careful with everything's are looking rosy. I know there's a lot of those people out there. It's not. There's a lot of challenges for individual consumers, households, and not even talking about restaurants who have their own, nightmarish things to deal with, including not having enough staff for a lot of different reasons. And, the price of the things that they make, the ingredients, keeps going up, not just for the meat side, for the pastry side and all the other stuff that great restaurants like my friends at Pastiche, they're awesome at what they do, but all of those costs have gone up. And you know what? This drives me nuts. When people go to restaurants, first of all, you're going to a restaurant. You chose the restaurant on your own, and then you're going to bitch about what it costs. You chose the restaurant. You know these things. They're literally making the meal for you, putting it in front of you, and you just have to eat it. And you're going to bitch about what it costs. How is that even a thing?
Do you have a lot of friends who do this?
Yes. I have friends who, am I supposed to say bitch that much? Probably not. Who complain about it constantly. You chose to go to the restaurant. It was of your free will. How is that
In my day.
In my day.
All right.
Do you hate when I do the old man thing?
No, I think it's charming. But it also, I think, validates why I'm here to counterbalance it.
No. So now, a listener told me they take offense when you say you're here to correct my BS.
Oh, really?
Yes. So don't say that unless you want to tick off a listener.
Well, there was also a listener who told you not to use the Lord's name in vain. So
yes, I apologize for that. Do I apologize to Jesus or just the listener?
Just three Hail Marys.
As someone who went to Catholic grade school, I've said more Hail Marys than I care to admit. I've told this story before. We had weekly confession. You would go as a kid. What are you confessing to? I would literally make up things, which I was lying to the priest because I had nothing to tell the priest.
Yeah. I was mean to my brother.
Yeah.
Brothers.
I spoke loudly to my parents. First of all, is that a sin anyway?
Honor thy mother and father, yes.
It is. Good recall on that.
Also Catholic school. All right, let's take one more break and then we'll come back and wrap up today's show.
The One Big Beautiful Bill spans over 800 pages and introduces provisions and policy shifts that could impact your taxes and retirement. It marks a significant overhaul of the government's role across multiple sectors. As the implications unfold, questions abound. Annex Wealth Management is hosting a webinar to address these concerns. Join us Wednesday, July 23rd at noon for a free webinar. We'll explore the latest updates and open the chat for your questions. It's a valuable learning opportunity for everybody. Register today at annexwealth.com/events.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Tony Evers and the Madison Democrats are too weak and too radical. But the same old career politicians can't stop them.
I'm Bill Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and Wisconsin manufacturer. I'm an outsider and a businessman, just like President Trump. I'm running for governor to advance the Trump agenda, shake up Madison, and put Wisconsin citizens first.
Let's fire the bureaucrats. Hire the outsider. Bill Berrien for governor. Paid for by Bill for Governor.
Come out to one of the best, most affordable church festivals of the summer. Seton Fun Fest is a safe and fun family event happening this weekend at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton in New Berlin. Friday features high-energy music by Bobby Frisson, Breaking Cadence. The Now performs Saturday. And on Sunday, enjoy Cold Sweat and the Brew City Horns. There'll be kids' games, inflatables, and jump yards. Do not miss Seton Fun Fest this weekend.
Milwaukee is famous for its church festivals. One of the best is Seton Fun Fest. Your kids and grandkids will love the inexpensive games and inflatables. There's bingo and a sheep heads tournament on Sunday. Dine at great eats with Armelli's Friday Fish Fry, Leah's Authentic Egg Rolls, and Roger's Sunday Chicken Dinner. Relax with a margarita or craft beer at the Barefoot Bar or Wine Pavilion. Do not miss Seton Fun Fest this weekend on the park-like grounds of St. Elizabeth and Seton, 127th and Howard in New Berlin. Grounds open at 5 p.m. this Friday. Get all the info today at mySTElizabeth.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Brew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
We're just reading all the suggestions for National Junk Food Day, International Junk Food Day. Cool Ranch Doritos, always love those. Fresh made beef jerky, big fan. Never say no to Taco Bell.
Is beef jerky a junk food? Is it just because there's so much sodium in it that you would consider it a junk food?
Although you can control that if you make your own. I used to make my own venison jerky, which is fantastic. Quick Trip fried chicken, love that. Whoosh.
Someone suggested that I take 3 peach rings, the chewy, gummy ones.
Those are delicious.
Put them in a shot glass with some vodka, come back at the end of the night, and I will thank them.
All right.
One quick peach vodka.
I believe that means
Sugary
challenge
peach vodka?
accepted. Dots pretzels.
Those Dots pretzels has too much seasoning for me.
Oh my God, I had some on Saturday. Those are addictive.
Which flavor was it?
That's a good question. Garlic parmesan or something like that?
It's a lot of seasoning.
Oh my God, they were good. What else we got there?
Taco Bell, 5-layer burrito, steak quesadilla, and large Baja Blast soda.
I don't know the Baja soda. I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, people agreeing on the prices. Yeah, I get it. Again, and if you are one of those people who do, let me do a little restaurant rant. I got 1 minute. Is that okay?
Sure.
Apparently, I was deleted my use of certain language.
Oh, you got dumped?
On the old, I got dumped on my own show, but I guess I deserved it. So I promise I won't do that again. Wink, wink, nod, nod. People who complain at restaurants, I don't get you. Again, you're picking the restaurant.
What complaints do you tolerate at restaurants?
If the food is absolutely horrific, maybe. But service, I mean, come on. They're already challenged. They're trying to get, the right people in the jobs. Most places try really hard. Again, you pick the place. You should know what kind of food they have. Or this is the other thing that drives me nuts. People who are like, there's a menu. And they change like every item to meet whatever it is. Like the whole thing's reconstructed. If I was a restaurant, I'd say, not happening. Go to a different restaurant.
Some do that. No substitutes.
Yeah. It's like, seriously. The chef has put his time and energy into crafting that recipe. And because you don't like sour cream or whatever, you're like changing the whole thing? No, not going to happen.
All right.
I don't even think that's an old man thing. It's just like the common sense thing.
So there's no complaints that you feel like
other than horrific service, or if your food's raw, maybe. That's it.
Or what about if there's a hair in your food?
That's not their problem. All right, Kristin, Steve, point taken. Tuesday edition.
Hey, moms, dads, grandparents. Is summer getting a little long? Kids getting bored? WTMJ's John Mercure here. How about this? Treat them to the Mine Shaft Restaurant and Entertainment Center in Hartford, the area's most affordable staycation destination. The Mine Shaft has a gigantic game room with over 70 games, including the easiest games for the little ones. And Sunday through Thursday, kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. That's right, free. Get a huge 18-inch pizza, a pitcher of soda or beer, and 100 game room credits